Hello, my name is Altana. As you can see on the screen, the topic of our presentation is the leadership trait theory, which bases on the assumption that leaders are born, not made. In this presentation, we have explained the leadership trait theory, where we have defined it, shown its origin, common traits, linked to effective leadership, and criticisms of the theory. We have also shown the practical application of leadership trait theory upon human relations in a contemporary work environment and a conclusion of what has been covered. The trait theory of leadership proposes that certain traits differentiate leaders from other individuals. Tests of trait theory, searching for the traits of effective leaders, dominated leadership research during the first half of the 20th century. According to this theory, good leadership is influenced by the leader's traits and behaviors.
Thank you so much, Altana. I'm Anita, and I'm going to explain more about the leadership trait theory. So this theory originated from the great man theory of leadership, first proposed by Thomas Kyle in the mid-1800s. And according to Thomas, great leaders are born with the necessary characteristics that make them naturally suited to leadership roles. This ability to leadership is something that people are simply born with and undeveloped. That's what Kyle believed. So the common traits linked to effective leadership are intelligence, self-confidence, integrity, sociability, determination, emotional stability, and vision. All these traits are linked to the big five personality traits, which are agreeableness, extraversion, neuroticism, conscientiousness, and openness. While widely influential, the theory has some limitations. So let's look at the criticisms of the trait theory. It ignores context, as traits alone may not lead to success in every situation. It also lacks flexibility, as it assumes traits are fixed and undeveloped. It fails to explain how traits affect behavior. There are no definite tests for the measurement of these traits. Thank you so much. Let Joy take you through the next part.
Now that we understand what the leadership trait theory is all about, let's take a look at the practical application in our workplace. The first application is in the recruitment and selection. For example, during a hiring process, the HR will use a set of personality assessment to measure traits such as integrity and confidence among candidates. The candidates who appears to score the highest automatically gets a leadership role because of his or her strong leadership skills. In the later future, these candidates might definitely lead a team to a successful work project in the work environment, therefore proving the effectiveness of the leadership trait theory in our workplace. Secondly, the leadership trait theory can be applied during leadership training programs. For example, it is during these programs that a manager might identify that he or she has a poor habit, such as poor listening skills and dominating others during conversation. Through coaching, such a leader might actually fix their bad habits into healthy habits, and that will create a good working environment for the team through clear communication and creating morale in the working team in general. Another important application of the leadership trait theory is in role allocation in teams. For example, when a manager understands that different individuals have strengths and weaknesses, he or she is able to make smarter decisions when assigning tasks in the workplace. For example, an individual who possesses confidence and assertiveness will automatically be given leadership roles, while on the other hand, an individual who is laid back will be given chilled roles such as documentation. At the end of the day, everyone gets to perform a good job since they're comfortable doing what they enjoy the most. Most importantly, leadership trait theory is used during dispute settlement. A leader who possesses high emotional intelligence can easily solve issues while they occur at work. For example, when two colleagues are having a disagreement at the workplace, the supervisor may come and listen to both sides of the story and help them reach a level ground. I now welcome my colleague Sangita to take us through the other applications of the leadership trait theory in our workplace.
Hi, my name is Sangeeta and I'm going to present the Where Joy Left. And the next application is performance management and appraisal application. The trait theory also helps leadership evaluation in performance appraisals by focusing on traits behind results. For example, adaptability, communication, and collaboration. It also promotes regular feedbacks and leadership reflections. The next application is succession planning application. The trait theory supports finding and growing future leaders by tools, performance metrics, trait evaluation, and peer feedbacks. In conclusion, leadership trait theory suggests that leaders are born, not made. In this presentation, areas covered: brief introduction, origin of leadership trait theory, common traits linked to effective leaderships. Moreover, criticisms of the theory and practical application of the theory upon human relations in contemporary workplaces are also explained. Thank you.